The Westland Mayor says his district isn't getting its fair share of the Provincial Growth Fund and it needs it now, following the collapse of the Waiho Bridge earlier this month. The crucial link between Fox Glacier and Franz Josef has been out of action since the bridge was swept away by raging floodwaters. The replacement bridge is due to open tomorrow morning. But Bruce Smith says the outage has created a huge financial strain on the community.
There's been between 2 and 3 million a day lost. Look, I can tell you when the bridge went out, everyone's cash flow stopped. Anyone who was in the tourism sector. There were hundreds and hundreds of cancellations for accommodation. The cafes become empty. We've actually got used to standing in a queue, sometimes as many as 3 people for our coffee, and that stopped immediately. So every tourist operator, every helicopter operator, all impacted very badly.
Any of them going to go to the wire over this?
There will be some who will be financially stretched. Will they go to the wire? Not if we can help it, but some of them are very, very stretched.
So how can you help them? And is there any plan to try and claw back that money that your district has missed out on while this bridge has been down?
We've been focused pretty much on ensuring that the businesses are aware that if they have business interruption insurance, that this event was a civil, it was a disaster, and therefore they're able to claim against their business interruption policies. If their property is damaged by rain and floods within a certain number of metres of the property, it's EQC. We have had government ministers down. Have we had any success on funding? Probably not at this stage, no.
Did you ask for it?
We've asked for assistance for the people of Southside. We were given a fairly emphatic no, because if we do that, it'll create an issue throughout New Zealand. It becomes a precedent, and that's something they're very concerned about.
Who told you that specifically?
Minister O'Connor.
Right, and what do you think of that?
And of course, the other thing is that, well, I don't want to get into bagging government ministers. I want to do the best I can for the people of Westland. We have been informed to put back into the Provincial Growth Fund our application for funding for doing a development plan for Friends. It was recently turned down by the fund. It's now available again, or at least we've been asked to put it in. We put in an application to the Tourism Infrastructure Fund for generator plants, standby plants for Haast, Fox Friends. That was turned down. We've now been asked to put that back in. I mean, there's a silver lining to every event, isn't there?
Have they told you that they'll look on those applications favourably?
I believe they will.
Have you had the nudge and wink?
They haven't said they will, but I believe they will. We've been asked to do it, we've done it, and we'll look forward to a favourable response, because the only reason we put them in was that we actually need it. And you know, if you look at Franz Josef here and the revenue that it generates, my estimate is there'll be over $40 million of GST every year that goes into the government kitties from Franz Josef. Very important part of what we do.
Hey, on the topic of the Provincial Growth Fund, obviously Shane Jones has put a lot of money into, well, the north of New Zealand, and as you say, your application previously turned down. You'd been asked to throw your hat back in again. Are you getting a fair chunk of the pie there?
I'm not sure if we're getting a fair chunk. Look, there's a lot of money gone into the dock budget, a lot of money gone into the Kiwi Rail budget. Outside of that, there's lots of talk, and we're very hopeful that we'll have some successful outcomes over the next 6 months. At the moment, it's not something that I could say has been an outstanding success, no.
So these 2 applications, if you get those, is that a win, or do you want more, and how much more?
Well, that's a win. That's absolutely a win. And look, we have an application going in for a Punamu trail, which goes all the way up the coast. We're looking for, you know, when the Provincial Growth Fund was set up, we were informed that we were a surge region. and that we, along with 3 other regions, would be pretty much treated equally. I'd like to be able to say at the end of all this that that's what's happened. At the moment, we're dragging the chain considerably.
So, do you feel that all those surge regions are being treated equally?
For our area, quite clearly not. And I can't say much about the rest. I mean, Northland is doing very well.
Are you not enough of a squeaky wheel, Bruce? Because you're saying there you don't think that you have, well, got your fair share of the pie. Northland's getting more of the Provincial Growth Fund. You've been denied an application. They've asked you to throw it in again. Do you need to kick up a bit, mate?
Oh, we're pretty laid back on the coast, and we do, we accept the fact that this particular fund is a moving target. The rules have changed considerably all the way through. And we're hoping that that we will be treated in the way that we were originally told. 1 of 4 surge regions, pretty much going to get a quarter of the cake. So looking forward to that quarter, and don't want to be greedy, just want to be treated fairly.
And that is Westland Mayor Bruce Smith there.